Just one topic I wanted to squeeze in before the top of the show, and that's something I mentioned with Robert Jenrick. The weight loss jabs, like Ozempic, could be prescribed to children as young as 6 after trials found they did slash obesity and other health problems. But giving overweight children a drug like this, is that a good idea? Let's talk to former NHS GP, Dr. Laurence Buckman. Hello, Laurence.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, late night for Laurence.
Sorry, good afternoon.
I do it every day. Laurence, I mean, if you've got a 6-year-old or any child, frankly, before teenage years who is overweight, that's a parenting issue, because my child didn't have access to any food other than the food that I gave her. So if she was overweight, that's me not doing my job properly as a parent. Giving a child a jab to help them lose weight is literally the opposite of the right answer, isn't it?
Well, I'm not enthusiastic for it. I think as you say, giving children the right choices and enabling them to understand what food is healthy and not healthy seems to me to be the right option. However, very obese children go on often to develop diabetes, and that's a very expensive and lifelong problem. So there will be a few children who are so overweight that really somebody has to do something, because it's become a health issue.
Well, no, and the something is the child should be given a healthy diet, and the parents need to be told, if you're not going to give your child a healthy diet, we're going to take your child away from you. And any loving parent at that point would do the right thing.
Well, taking people into care, I think, is probably not my favourite
But you
option.
wouldn't have to do that, because the loving parents would do the right thing, right? And if they're not loving enough to do the right thing, maybe the kid would be better off living with a different family.
Well, I'd rather pursue it with the educating the parents thing, which means you've got to start teaching people about good, healthy choices for eating when they're kids, certainly when they're young adults.
Yeah, but exactly. So giving a kid a jab doesn't solve the issue, doesn't solve the underlying issue.
No.
Also, again, a jab that might be safe for adults, and again, there are lots of side effects, isn't necessarily going to be safe for children. There might be trials. We don't know what the long-term impact of these drugs are going to be.
No, we've no idea. We certainly know there are significant side effects with using Ozempic and related drugs. The licence for this only goes down to 12 years old.
I think it's obscene that it goes that low. I really do. We know that children's bodies are developing. So, what? I mean, you know, I'm not supposed to give my kid, you know, more than 2 spoons of Calpol or whatever it is. And then, oh, no, let's just give them this drug that's only been around for a few years. We don't know what the long-term impact on their bodies are going to be. We're living in a... I mean, again, the solution to this problem is not drugs. The solution to this problem is good parenting and healthy eating.
Yes, I agree with you.
Why can't we get the rest of the country to get it as well? And the medics have got to stop medicalising everything that's not a medical problem.
I don't think it's the medics that are putting pressure on this. I think it's
companies.
I think that's a rather different thing, and we need to know that many trials of all sorts of drugs happen in this country because they're funded by the pharmaceutical...
Yeah, they're the ones making the money. I mean, why don't we all just eat donuts and pizza all day, which would be heavenly, and then we all just go on Ozempic. I really appreciate you joining us. Dr. Laurence Buckman, thank you very much indeed, former NHS GP.